Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are here with the first and only female NBA scout, Bonnie Jill Laughlin.
What?
Thank you so
The
much for coming.
only
Thanks
and
for having
first
me.
female
Yes.
scout.
Perfect.
Right?
NBA draft is tonight, so
I know, it's
timing,
perfect
right?
timing. It's divine
Yes.
timing.
The draft is tonight?
Yes.
What does that even mean? What is your role in this?
Well, I used to work for the Lakers. I worked for the Lakers for 10 years. And so what we would do is, all season long, we would look at, talent. And so I would scout Pac-12 and Big 12 conferences. And then we would, put in our scouting reports and then, always have meetings. And then today is the big day. As you know, probably, Robin, it's, a day of, trying to get the best players to make sure to have some player that can impact your team for the future.
You're a badass. Let's just face the fact. You're
Yeah.
you're cruising around, checking the teams. Like, what does that look like? What is that life like?
It's crazy. It's not glamorous at all.
Oh, really?
You're on the road 3, 4 times, a week, scouting, checking out talent, watching game after game after game, going to tournaments, and, sometimes watching 5 or 6 games a day. So I loved it. I was there with the Lakers when we were in our heydays. I won 5 championship rings, so I can't complain. And, with the best organization in the world, and was honored to be there. But then I wanted to move on and get back into my sportscasting to be able to cover all sports.
So how did you develop your eye for scouting?
I was actually covering the Lakers at the time for KCAL CBS, and I really just had a love for the game since I was a little girl, and I really could break down the triangle offense. And Phil Jackson said, not too many girls can break down the triangle offense.
Not too many people can break down. That's not
I
even
don't know what that is.
No,
What is
offense
that?
means.
What
Was
is
it-
that?
It's the offense that Phil Jackson ran.
for the Chicago Bulls. when
Okay.
Michael Jordan was
Right,
Okay, okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so I just always had that love for it and could pick talent, and not just because I'm a female, I just had an eye for talent. People always say, oh, is it because you're a female? No, I just, I happen to be a female, but I'm someone that could look for talent and see, what I thought could end up being a diamond in the rough, or someone that could end up being, the next, Kobe or whoever.
I'm very curious though, because you are the first and only female NBA scout. What is it like? I mean, really, truly, you're working with only men.
Right.
What's that experience been like for you?
Well, I love working with men, but sometimes it was, it was tough. It was, always kind of an uphill battle. I was always under a microscope, regardless of what I did. Even times where I shouldn't be, I was always having to prove myself every day, throughout the 10 years. So it was always an uphill battle, but I loved it. I'm one of those people that prove me wrong, and I'll make sure to show you that I can do this.
But
You know
what
what
would
I
you
mean?
say to women who
So-
are in kind of a similar experience in that, to really own your femininity? I mean, you're in hot pink,
Yeah,
you're
hot
totally
pink.
glammed up. I mean, you
Well, it's
are,
Good Morning LA. I had to do that.
but really, I mean, you're still like stepping into your feminine divine in embracing that power. Not a lot of women can do that when they're surrounded by only men.
And I love that you said that, because I did still want to embrace who I was. The first time, a funny story, the first time that I scouted, I was wearing these baggy sweats and I had a ball cap, my hair pulled up. And Brian Shaw, one of the assistants for the Lakers, said, BJ, what are you doing? Why are you walking like a guy? Why are you what are you dressing as? I said, well, I just kind of want to fit in.
Yeah.
He goes, you don't need to fit in. He goes, your credibility, your knowledge for the game is going to show. Just be you, and everything else will, come over time. And it was funny that he said that, because I was trying to fit in with the boys club. And there's a lot of scouts that I say have been scouting since dinosaur ages. They're, who is this female? And my background, I was a model. I was a cheerleader. So they're thinking, I heard one scout say, oh, is she going to scout players in the bikini? And I had to kind of take all that and say, you know what, I have, luckily I have thick skin, but it was, you heard all of that. And I said, that's fine. I understand. I'm not going to say you're going to accept me right away, but it did take time. And after a while, once they talked, shop with me, they're like, oh, okay, let's take down, what she looks like or what she's done. She actually knows the game.
Well, yeah, and once you receive a compliment like she understands triangle offense, I mean, it's hard to express, because it was an offense that was created by Phil Jackson for the Chicago Bulls that even players like Michael Jordan struggled with to understand.
Right.
And,
A lot of
really get the
players
hang of
couldn't run it.
Yeah,
You know
they
that.
resisted. Yeah, they hated it. They couldn't run it.
Right.
So that's like the highest compliment, one of the highest compliments you can receive.
So question for you. Okay, so with the Me Too movement and Time's Up and all that, what do you, because obviously being in that environment, you're going to get hit on sometimes, you're going to be objectified sometimes, you're going to, how have you dealt with situations?
I took it in stride. It's a good question, because a lot of times you wonder, how would I deal with situations? I was one of those that kind of nipped in the butt immediately. Like, I let them know, like, okay, I understand you may think you can cross these lines, but you're not going to. And if it gets to a point where I feel uncomfortable, like I'm telling you right now and conveying this, I will now take it to, the owner or,
Did you
someone
have
else
to
in the front office.
verbally say that?
There were times, yeah. Yes, there was.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like you have a pretty mean right hook anyway.
I do.
I have a sense of that.
Yeah, that's why I lost. You know.
I'm very curious because, I have all these meetings and these conversations, and sometimes, just genuine interest in business gets misconstrued, and they think, oh, she wants to date me. Well, no, I don't want to date you. I want to have a business conversation.
Right, and that's very true.
Do you face that, and how do you navigate that?
I know. I think I just, I am also kind of a tomboy. So I think certain times where someone else might be offended, I wasn't, and I kind of just was able to just know, okay, I know that there's gonna be a lot of things that are gonna come with the territory, and I'm not condoning anyone's behavior, but this was new. Like having a female come in, it was different for them, and so I kind of understood that it was gonna take some time for certain people to adjust, and they did. And I love my experiences, and there was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. There were times where I cried and said I don't want to go back to work tomorrow, but I persevered, and now I just really push that women, if they put their mind to anything, they can accomplish anything, whether it's a man's world or not.
So would you say, if you summed it up, it's having clear communication, and anytime you feel like there's any feeling of anything weird, then you communicate
right away.
Right,
And some people kind of feel, oh, am I going to get fired, or am I going to, people are going to look down on me? No, say something right away, whether it's that person directly or whoever, and usually they respect that, and then it's done.
Speaking of clear communication, you're also now a Fox Sports reporter, right? So tell us a little bit about that experience, because I see you're all over the world.
Yeah, I love all sports, and so I love being able to report on all the different sports, from football, basketball, baseball, and then horse racing. I just got done covering the Belmont to see my friend Mike Smith win the Triple Crown. So it's fun. I love sports. It's like my passion, and so sports is basically me. Animals, military are what I support in my charity work, and then sports is my love, my career.
Tell us a little bit about some of your charity work.
Yeah, I have a charity called Hounds and Heroes that I founded in 2011, and we rescue dogs from the shelter, and then we pair them up with wounded warriors that are suffering PTSD, TBI, amputees, and then we also rescue horses. I rescue 26 horses from slaughter, and then we do equine therapy and have wounded warriors come out to, have equine therapy as well as disabled children, and different, just animals are very therapeutic, whether, you have a disability or struggling mentally. For me, like my dog, I can be in a bad mood, my dog wags his tail, and I'm like, life's not that bad.
What's your dog say?
Whole package.
Oh gosh, how many? I have a lot. We have 13 dogs.
13 dogs?
Yeah, that we've rescued on our ranch. But mine, just that are in my house right now, are Joe Montana,
Joe Montana,
Will Chamberlain, and Jacqueline Chan, and Faith Hill.
Oh my God.
And Faith Hill.
They're
all
they're all OGs.
Yeah.
Yes, and they're very proud. And then I've got 3 cats: Johnny Cash, Patsy Cline, and Lady Annabelle.
So I do want to just give a shout out also to Angelica, who you work with, right?
Yes,
and
she's amazing.
Amazing. Big shout
Yes,
out.
thank you.
Yeah, incredible woman, and all about empowering women. So just want to know you're the whole package in a pink dress. Is what I gotta say.
Thank you. I normally don't wear pink, but I thought it's morning.
I love it.
Yeah, that's right.
As they said in Focus magazine right here, you're the Bonnie Jill of all trades and the master of every single
And
one
that
of
was
them.
such a fun shoot. Everyone at Focus magazine is, they just treat you like family.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Aw,
Class act.
Well, you are part of our family here. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes,
with us
thank you for
today.
having me all.
Absolutely.
Tell people where they can follow you.
I'm at BJ Laughlin on Twitter and at Bonnie Jill on Instagram and Facebook. And then Hounds and Heroes is my charity. And go Lakers.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more Good Morning La La Land.